Joseph Shine versus Union of India Judgment Analysis by Trayvon Law. Please subscribe our channel to get more legal information and also click bell icon to get notifications. Thank you. Adultery is defined under section 497 of Indian Penal Code, which states that whoever has sexual intercourse with a person who is and whom he knows and reasons to believe to be the wife of another man without the consent or convenience of that man, such sexual intercourse does not amount to the offense of rape and is guilty of adultery and shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to the 5 years or with both. Here the analysis of the section 497 is there should be a married woman. For unmarried women, keeping relation with the unmarried women does not attract the section 497 IPC. Only here, according to the ingredients, the man has to keep the illegal relation with the married woman and without the consent of the husband. Then only 497 attracts. In such case, the wife shall not be punishable as a abettor. Means when the man keeps the relation with a married woman, only the man used to be prosecuted under 497. But the woman is not prosecuted by the husband or by the wife of the man who had the adultery relation with the said woman. This section came under the purview of the court many times and also been discussed, but the Supreme Court held it valid. Means in the earlier judgments before the Joseph Shine judgment, earlier judgments also it brought before the Honorable Supreme Court, but at that time the Supreme Court has given its opinion that 497 is valid and not violating the constitutional provisions. Supreme Court on 27 September 2018 in the case of Joseph Shine versus Union of India has brought down the 58 years old Victorian morality law on adultery. The growth of concept of adultery in these eras are well discussed in the judgment. As discussed in the relic of Victorian morality, this control over the sexual agency of the spouse views the wife as a property of the husband. Fidelity of the woman and the husband's control over it is seen as maintaining the property interest of the husband in his wife. The petition was filed by the non-resident of Kerala named Joseph Shine, who has raised a question on the constitutionality of the section 497 of Indian Penal Code. The judgment has overruled all the past judgments which uphold the criminalization of adultery. The question arose whether adultery be dealt under the crime or not. The court was of the opinion that adultery does not fit the concept of crime, that if it is treated as a crime, there would be immense intrusion in the extreme privacy of the matrimonial sphere. It is better to be left a ground for divorce. Now adultery has become legal, but it's still not ethical with the society. The institution of marriage is based upon the trust between both the parties, that is husband and wife. Therefore, Honorable Supreme Court of India did not interfere in the personal lives, morals of the people. Currently, adultery is only considered as a civil wrong and the remedy for the act of adultery is only divorce. Means in the earlier, before this Joseph Shine's judgment, earlier the person who keeps the adultery relation with the married woman used to be punished. But at that time, after the judgment, the Supreme Court has given analyzation that if any of the person will have the relation with the married woman, it is considered as a moral wrong but not a legal wrong, and it becomes the only ground for the taking of divorce for the husband. Husband means married woman's husband can obtain the divorce, and even the wife of the this adultery relation who kept that person's wife also can take the ground for the divorce because he has the adultery relation with the other woman. This is the only change has come after this judgment. And about the background, there are several times before where the question has been arise on the constitutional validity of section 497 of Indian Penal Code and section 198 of Criminal Procedure Code in front of Supreme Court of India. It has been begin with the case of Yusuf Abdul Aziz versus State of Bombay, where the husband was accused of adultery under section 497 of Indian Penal Code. But when the complaint was filed, the husband went to the Bombay High Court to check the constitutional validity of the provisions under Article 228 of Constitution of India. The case was decided against the husband, and an observation was made by Justice Chagla about the assumption laid in section 497. That is, Mr. Peerboy is right when he says that the underlying idea of section 497 is that wives are property of their husbands. The very fact that this section is only cognizable with the consent of the husband emphasizes that point of view. It may be argued that section 497 should not be find a place in a modern code of law. Days are past, we hope, when women were looked as a property by their husbands. But that is an argument more in favor of doing away with section 497 altogether. A challenge was raised before the court which was only to the restriction on treating a wife as an abettor. This provision was supposed to be violative of Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, but the court held that the provision was safeguarded by Article 15 Class 3 of the Constitution of India, which provides for special provisions for women and children. This history of adultery depicts that section 497 clearly provides that adultery laws are always in favor of husband for him to reserve an ownership over the sexual relation of his wife. Therefore, the section was never been in favor to the benefit for the women. The laws provides that any person who are engaged in sexual relation with the wife or another man and the husband of that woman gives his consent for the same, then such an act won't be charged for adultery. This clearly denotes that how women are considered as an object in the hands of their husbands. There was another case, Saumitri Vishnu versus Union of India, where the challenges were made before the court on the basis of three grounds. Section 497 does not give any right to wife to punish a woman with whom her husband has committed adultery. This section does not give any right to the wife to prosecute her husband for an act of adultery. This section does not cover cases where husband had sexual relation with an unmarried woman. At first sight, it may appear that this section was for the benefit for the woman, but on deep examination, it was founded that the provisions are contained which are based on the assumptions that women are like a chattels of men. In this case, Chief Justice Chandrachud stated that by definition, the offence of adultery can be committed only by men and not by a woman. This case fails to deal with the actual problem, that is, the aspect of constitutional jurisprudence which have bearing on the validity of section 497. In another case, V. Revati versus Union of India, the court held that this section does not permit either the husband of the offending wife to prosecute her nor its wife for the offending husband for being disloyal to her. Therefore, since neither of the spouses can bring a charge against their disloyal nor offending spouses, hence this section does not discriminate on the basis of sex. Facts of the Joseph Shine case. The hostilier challenged the constitutionality of section 497 of Indian Penal Code. The core reason behind this section was to shield Indian men from being punished for the extramarital relationship when vengeful women for their husbands. Petitioner's close friend in Kerala committed suicide after a woman co-worker made malicious rape charge on him. Further, Section 497 is a egregious occurrence of sexuality, unfairness, unauthoritative imperialism, and male patriotism. The traditional framework in which Section 497 was drafted is no longer applicable in modern society. In the said case, court framed the issues that whether Section 497 of Indian Penal Code is unconstitutional. The petitioner wanted certain problems with Section 497 to be addressed. That is, adultery law provides the man to be punished in case of adultery, but no action is suggested for the woman. Hence, it made the gender neutrality. As per Section 497, there is no legal provision that a woman can file a complaint of adultery against her husband. According to Section 497, if the husband gives his consent for such an act, then such an act is no more considered as a crime. Therefore, women are treated as an object under the adultery law. So these were the issues framed by the court and the judgment pronounced. The judgment given by the CJ, Honorable CJ Deepak Mishra, starting with the statement proving that wives are not the property of the husband and husbands are not their masters. In the 497, that if the husband gives the consent for the adultery relation of the wife, then the person who had a adultery relation of his wife is not considered as an offense. Means here the absolute powers were in the control of the husband to treat the woman as an object. Means if he interested to make her to enter into the extramarital relations, then he won't prosecute the said person who had the extramarital relations. So here the husband is treated as a master for the wife. So that was explained in the judgment. Section 497 deposes of the woman for her autonomy, dignity and privacy. Means the woman does not have any of the autonomy or dignity of the privacy if the 497 section was there in the IPC. To live is to live with dignity. The draftmen of the Constitution defined the version of the society in which constitutional values would be attained by emphasizing among other freedoms, liberty and dignity. So fundamental is dignity, that is, permits the core of rights granted to the individual by Part 3, and privacy of the individual is essential aspect of dignity. Section 497 is considered as a wife encroachment of her right to life and personal liberty by accepting the notion of marriage which overthrows the true equality. So what court has stated that every person will have the right to equality and personal liberty which was established in the constitutions. If 498 was in the IPC, then obviously that encroaches the right of the personal liberty of the said woman, was said by the CJ Deepak Mishra in the Shine versus Union of India, Joseph Shine versus Union of India. Equality is overthrown by adopting the sanctions of penal code to gender-based approach to the relation of man and woman. Sexual autonomy falls within an area of personal liberty under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Trust and respect are the two essentials of the marriage. When both the spouses respect each other with equality and dignity, then only the respect of sexual autonomy is established. The section denies the substantive equality as it provides the women are not able to give her free consent for her sexual acts is a legal order which considers them as a sexual property for their spouse. Therefore, Section 497 is violative of Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, and it also violates the non-discrimination clause of Article 15 of the Constitution of India. This section also lays strong emphasis on the consent of the husband, which leads to the subordination of women. Hence, it clearly violates Article 21 of the Constitution. Adultery is no longer be a criminal offense. A crime is committed against the society as a whole, whereas adultery is a personal issue. Adultery does not fit into the ambit of crime as it otherwise invades the extreme privacy sphere of marriage. However, adultery can be considered as a civil wrong and is a valid of ground for divorce. Husband is not the master of his wife. The judgment focuses on the fact that women should not be considered as a property of their husbands or fathers anymore. They have equal status in the society and should be given equal opportunity to put their instance forward. In Voluntary Health Association of Punjab versus Union of India, Justice Deepak Mishra, in his concurring opinion, stated that women have to be regarded as equal partners in the lives of the men, and it has to be borne in mind that they have equal role in the society, that is in thinking, participating and leadership. Section 497 is arbitrary. In the whole of the judgment, it was pointed out that nature section 497 is arbitrary. A husband can give his consent to allow his wife to have an affair with some other person. Hence, this section does not protect the sanctity of marriage. This section preserves the proprietary rights of the husband that he has over his wife. This section does not allow the wife to file a petition against her husband. This section does not contain any provision which deals with the married man having an affair with the unmarried woman. As a result of all the discussions, it was declared that Section 497 is struck down as unconstitutional, being violative of Article 14, 15 and 21 of the Constitution. Section 198 Class 2 of the CRPC, which contains the procedure for prosecution under Chapter 20 of the IPC, shall be declared as unconstitutional only to the extent that is applicable to the offence of adultery under Section 497. Thank you.